think a lot of people were curious about the Egyptian junior system, right? As someone who's fresh off succeeding in the junior system in Egypt, obviously people have answered this before in the past, but I'd really like to hear your take and your perspective on what do you think is the difference between the Egyptian junior system versus other countries, which allows Egypt to be so ahead?
Again, I would say it's incredibly more competitive. I would say Egyptian juniors have more pressure coming into the junior tournaments. It's not as, I mean, I don't want to say it's not as fun, but it's more of I want to win than I'm enjoying myself. And at some point, I want to win is also better when you're younger, because you would always have like, oh, I don't want to lose. I want to win. I want to win. I want to win. So when these younger guys or girls, they build this up from such a young age, they keep this with them until they grow up into the senior. So I would say just it being super, super competitive makes them just want to work hard and not seeing anyone succeeding more than them. I would say that.
Isn't it tough with burnout, with the amount of pressure you get with that? Or do you think it can be sustained?
I would like the pressure. No, the pressure for sure is sustained. I would say like no, it's sustained for sure. And I think, I mean, always pressure is privilege. Again, I like this quote a lot. Pressure is always privilege because they know what they need to do and what they can't lose. I mean, again, when they are going into the tournaments, I mean, because again, you can watch junior tournaments here in Egypt. You would be amazed. It's, the thing is, the club would be going in shambles, everyone screaming, and like cheering for themselves. Younger guys, like 8, 9 years old, they would be cheering for themselves like crazy. And, I mean, the atmosphere of these tournaments is actually very, 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 very good.
At what point did you feel that you were ahead from all these junior players? Was it like last year? Was it 2 years ago? When did you kind of
Which players?
Amongst junior, when you're doing the junior circuit, this is your this past 2 years has been the time you've been playing the seniors adult circuit, but before then you've been doing the junior circuit.
Yeah.
Do you know pretty early on? Because I remember your name was getting mentioned a lot. I think, was it the 2022 World Juniors or 2021?
Yeah, when I was 14. But I started knowing I was a part when I was 13 because I started being, if I'm right, number 1 under 17 in Egypt when I was 13. Yeah.
That's pretty...
Yeah. I think I was, when I was 13, I think I was number 1 under 17 in Egypt. Competing with, I was actually like number 1. And then, Salman Khalili is now in Penn squash. He's, we were like 1 and 2. He would be 1 for some point of the season. Then I would be 1 and then he would be 1 and then he carried on. But he was my rival at some point. At this point, he was, I hated him for life. Just kidding though. I love him. He was very, very, very tough to break down back in the day. And, I loved all our battles. He was a great friend of mine and now he's studying at Penn. So already doing great things. And I really, really wish to see him again.
I remember that year too, you guys did the World Teams events. You guys all seem very close, which I found incredibly fascinating because it's such especially in Egypt, such a competitive landscape, right? I don't know how you guys can even be friends when it's such a dogfight in there, and then also be teammates, right? In a way, especially during that event. But do you do well in separating friends and competing, or has that been something tough for you?
I mean, it's important because again, you deep inside, squash isn't forever. Like you're going to finish the tour, then what really counts is the relationships you made, because these are the people you're gonna be in touch with after you finish. But it's not only gonna be about the squash. But, I really like the way, like I would be doing relationships every time I'm on tour, making new friends, seeing new people. And, it's just, again, squash isn't forever, but the relationships you do, they carry on with you.